Welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and we are back with our Week 10 NFL picks. I am joined, as always, by Jose Carlos Gomes and Gil Santos, who happily and proudly wears his Devil's hat, winners of seven straight and tops of the NHL. What do you have to say about your Devils quickly, Gil?
Well, it's surprising the world.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We'll talk more about that on what's bothering us. But please, people, before we start, like, subscribe, and comment on our show. Let us know what you think. Give us your picks. We're hoping to get our subscriber count up. We're at 626 now. We're looking to reach 1,000. We're thinking about doing something for the 1,000th subscriber. So keep that number going. Keep subscribing. Keep letting us know what you think. But let's get to the picks now. Jose now has a 9-game lead over myself, an 8-game lead over Gil Santos, and a 2-game lead over the absentee Mr. Mulfair. Jose had a 3-game edge over myself last week. Couple of upsets I went with didn't come in. One did come in. So I was very, very hating the upsets that didn't come in as they lost by 3. But we'll see what we do this week. And we'll see if we can try to catch up to Jose like we did last year when he had a 12-game lead. Now we start with the Thursday nighter. The Atlanta Falcons, who were just such a weird team, they go to take on Carolina, who's decided to stick with PJ Walker, quarterback. Gil, who do you like in this one?
I like the Atlanta Falcons. Patterson's back. Carolina, to me, they have nothing going for them. To me, it's an easy pick. I take Atlanta.
Jose?
I'm thinking Atlanta as well. I think the run game's strong. Carolina's weak against the run game. Last week they had to put in Baker Mayfield in the second half to do any offense against the Bengals. So I'm going to take Atlanta in this one as well.
I'm going to take the Panthers. They should have won in Atlanta 2 weeks ago. If the idiot there, Moore, did not throw his helmet off. Atlanta's pass defense is the worst in the NFL. PJ Walker had a field day against them. If they go to Mayfield, I think they win the game, which I think they will. So I think the Panthers can upset Atlanta in this one. So I'll take the Panthers. The Seabags go to Germany along with Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. The Bucks had a Tom Brady renaissance last week in their comeback victory over the Rams. Jose, who do you got in this one?
I like the Bucks in this one. I just think that was their rejuvenating game that they needed. I think Brady is going to start clicking a little bit more. I think Seahawks are been playing well, but I think they're being overrated with all the way they're playing. So I'm taking the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay as well. They woke up last week, last minute drive, but I'm still trying to get over Gino, the Italian. So I'm going with the Bucks.
I'm going to take the Seabags. Geno Smith has made a believer out of me. They have a great running game with Kenneth Walker. They've got 2 receivers who can really catch the ball. Tampa Bay did not impress me despite their win last week. They had 9 points through most of the game against the Rams defense that has struggled most of the year. They can't run the football. It's in Germany, which means that I think that's advantage Seattle. This is in Germany. I think the Seabags win this one. They've made a believer out of me after their win over Arizona last week.
Why is that an advantage for Seattle?
Tampa Bay has struggled on the road. They lost to Carolina 21-3. I think Seattle's a better team than Carolina. So
No,
I'll take the Seabags.
But you said in Munich the advantage is for Seattle.
I mean, Seattle won in Arizona last week. And Tampa Bay struggled on the road. So,
I thought you were going to say Geno Smith's European, so he's playing at home.
Well, I mean, you could say that. Maybe he'll speak some German down there. We'll have to see. But
maybe Brady gets a new girlfriend in Germany. New supermodel. Boy.
Yeah, that's true. You could find another one down there. There's some nice women down there in Germany. But I'll take Seattle, guys. So that's my pick. To a game that will interest me, I'm going to go to Gil first for this one. The Denver Broncos coming off a bye week. My God, Russell Wilson, like, I don't know, this guy is a prima donna and a half. They go to Tennessee to take on the Titans, who should have beat Kansas City last week if they had any other quarterback. Had they had Gil at quarterback, they would have won the game. But they end up losing in OT to Mahomes. Gil, Denver at Tennessee. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Denver Broncos, and I'll tell you why. Because Tennessee, they almost won that game. It looked good because Kansas City's defense was garbage. I think this is a little different. They're facing a better defense. Broncos don't score as much, but the Broncos defense, I think, will hold. And if Russell Wilson can snap out of it, maybe out of the bye week, maybe things can change around. So I'm going to take the Broncos.
Jose?
This game all depends on if Tannehill plays. That's the problem. We don't know if he's going to play or not. If he plays, then Tennessee, with the run game and that defense, I think will stop the Broncos. But if it's Malik Willis, I don't see them. I just see Denver stacking up the box and forcing them to run to basically stopping the run and then forcing him to throw the ball, which he can't throw the ball, period.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with say Tannehill plays, and I'm gonna go with the Titans in this.
I'm going to take the Titans, not because of Tannehill or Willis. I'm going to take the Titans because Derrick Henry is their running back. The Denver defense has been good this year, but they've struggled against the run. They've allowed 122 rushing yards per game on the run. Any team that struggles against the run is going to struggle against the Titans. I have the Titans. And Denver's offense stinks. Until Russell Wilson shows me he can be good, consistently good on offense, I'll take the Titans in any low-scoring game. Hopefully, it's not Willis and it's Tannehill, because they would have won last week with Tannehill as much as he stinks too. Cleveland, the Browns, trying to survive with Jacoby Brissett. They go to Miami to take on the Dolphins and my boy Tyreek Hill. Jose, what do you got in this one?
Okay, right now Miami's rolling, so I'm gonna take Miami in this one. I just think they're offensively, they're Waddle and Hill are playing amazing. They're the top two receivers in yards and stuff like that. So and now that they got Wilson too, he did play well the first game, caught a couple of balls, a touchdown. They got I think, I don't know if they picked up Chubb from
Bradley Chubb. Yes.
Line, so that's gonna help their defense out too. So I like Miami at home.
Gil.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami's offensive power there, but I also didn't like them getting 32 points to the Chicago Bears, so that didn't look good. But yeah, I agree with Jose. They're rolling. They know Buffalo lost last week to the Jets, so give them a chance at the division again. So I think, yeah, the Dolphins show at home.
That division got a lot more interesting with the Jets win. You have three teams that have a chance to win that division now, with the Pats clearly at the bottom. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I took the Bears last week because the Dolphins have struggled on defense all season. And maybe they almost got there, the Bears. They couldn't outscore them, but I was impressed with what the Bears did. Had they not traded their two best defensive players, I believe they win that game, but they didn't, so they lost the game. I'll take Miami because they'll outscore the Browns, but I'll tell you this, if the Browns get that running game going and Jacoby can do the play action, they're in trouble. So I expect Miami to outscore Cleveland in this one. The New Orleans Saints, who could not have looked any worse last week after looking like world beaters the week before against the pathetic Raiders, go to the Steelers to take on Pittsburgh after a bye week. Jose, what do you got in this one?
Well, this one's a tough game to pick, man. But I'm gonna take basically the Pittsburgh just because they're playing at home and maybe TJ Watt comes back from injury and gets to play. So I'm gonna take Pittsburgh in this one.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Steelers as well. New Orleans has no receivers. If Kamara doesn't step up, that team doesn't really stand a chance Pittsburgh, is not that great, but defensively wise, they can run the ball. Steel Town. I'm going with
Yep.
Steel Town.
I'm taking the Steelers because all indications are that TJ Watt returns, and therefore he just destroys Andy Dalton, and the Steelers win, even with not much offense. They'll win this game at home. The Detroit Lions, who somehow beat Gil Santos Packers, who are now taking over as the most disappointing team in the NFL. If you've seen their losses, guys, you'll understand. They've lost to five of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. They go to Chicago to take on the resurgent Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. Gil, this is an ugly matchup in your division. Who do you got?
We'll go with the Bears. They look pretty good against Miami. They scored on the defense. The Lions, even though they're Green Bay, they didn't really move the ball a lot. They struggled trying to catch something going on. I like the Bears overall on this.
Yeah, Rodgers choked away that game. They got to the end zone, red zone 3 times. He threw 3 picks. They should have won that game, Green Bay. Jose?
The Bears. I think Justin Fields, I think they're opening up the playbook for Justin Fields. They're playing to his strengths. He's showing up a little bit of his skills and stuff like that. So, and I think the Lions just got lucky last week. They shouldn't even have been in that game. So I'm taking Bears at home.
So Justin Fields set the NFL record for rushing yards last week, and he's playing one of the worst defenses in the NFL at home. I've got the Bears. Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings, who are somehow 7-1, are going to Buffalo to take on the Bills with maybe Josh Allen, or it'd be so funny if Case Keenum's in this game, the ex-Vikings quarterback who's the backup for the Bills. Minnesota at Buffalo. Jose, what do you got in this one?
Buffalo. I think Buffalo, even with Case Keenum as backup, I think Buffalo, this is a revenge game for losing last week to the Jets. And I think Buffalo's just going to roll them.
Gil?
Yeah, I agree with Jose. It could be anybody. It could be Keenum, could be whoever. All I know is this. When Kirk Cousins does something, the downfall starts. So when he said, "You like that?" What happened right after that? Timber.
That's right. That's right.
And now I seen last week him dancing on an airplane with chains. Right?
Yeah,
So I think
sent you
now,
that. Yeah.
So he started that bullshit. So I think that's his bullshit where he starts Timber, and here comes the downfall. Kirk Cousins starts again.
Yeah, I watched as Mr. Malfera thought this guy could be MVP. And right after that, he went to go play Philadelphia and threw 3 picks. I think that's coming for Mr. Cousins. The Bills defense is #1 in the NFL. Despite all the weapons he has, Cousins is going to throw some picks in this game, and the Bills win at home and rebound after embarrassing themselves against the Jets. I will say this, Jose, you got to be impressed with our old coach there, Saleh.
Oh yeah, 100%. He's improved that defense so much, and basically just giving the game plan easy to Zach Wilson just to run the ball and just throw little short passes. Dude, you don't need to throw bombs if you don't have a quarterback that can throw deep. Just keep it simple, man. Like you see Miami, they don't throw like deep balls like crazy. They just throw those little slant passes to Tyreek, to Waddle, and they run after the catch. It's like, it's simple football. Like if you can't have a quarterback can throw 30, 40 yards, slants, post pattern, simple.
I will say this though, you can't get away with that in the playoffs. We've seen that in the playoffs. Yeah. You can't get away with that in the playoffs.
Yeah, yes, you can.
But we'll see, because I know we're gonna get to San Francisco and we'll talk about that. Houston, the Texans, who gave Philadelphia a little scare with no wide receivers. They just ran the ball with Pierce and punctured their defense to keep the game close, and then Philly found a way to win. They go to the Giants to take on the G-Men. Gil, what do you got in this one?
I'm going to take Houston Texans. I don't think Daniel Jones, without Barkley, he has no one to throw to. There's no receivers whatsoever. I like Houston.
Jose?
I like the Giants at home. I just think they're coming off a bye. Defense is tough. The run game is scary with Barkley healthy. He's healthy, so I don't see Houston stopping him. So I'm taking the New York Giants.
I'm taking the Giants because Houston has the worst run defense in the NFL, and Saquon Barkley might go for 200. So I got the Giants. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who, as I predicted, beat the pathetic Las Vegas Raiders and made Derek Carr look worse than he already is, goes to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs, who should have lost to the Titans last week. Jose, who do you got in this one?
Chiefs.
Gil?
Yeah, Chiefs. That's not even a conversation.
Yeah, the Chiefs are going to win this game. Losing last week made it even worse for the Jaguars. To the ugliest game of the week, and we'll talk a lot more about this on what's bothering us when we invite Tony Barbosa to our show. My God, the Indianapolis Colts are going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. These two teams are easily the most disappointing teams in the AFC. It's not even close. Denver's right up there, although they're hanging in. But these two teams are horrible. Frank Reich got fired, and McDaniels is going to be on his way out too. Because as much as I want to blame Derek Carr, this is Josh McDaniels that's calling this horrific offense. Jose, since you're a big Raiders fan, who do you got in this one?
I'm a big Raiders fan. Yeah, so such a big Raiders fan. I'm taking the Raiders at home. I just don't trust. I just don't trust the Colts right now. We don't even know.
Oh my God.
We don't know if it's going to be Ryan. We don't know if it's going to be Ellinger.
Oh my God.
If Jonathan Taylor doesn't play, then it's a mess. And then you hire a coach that never did any the player but never coached or never was in the offensive coordinators, and then you just pick up some offensive coordinator this week. And Jeff Saturday also talked shit about
the Raiders. I know.
It tweeted it out their shit. So
yeah.
Not the revenge game. And if Vegas doesn't win this game, then they're not going to win any more other games during the.
Gil?
I agree with Jose. They look worse than a college football team right now.
Yeah.
They have no organization. They have no idea what's going on. As bad as the Raiders been playing, they're catching this game with Indy in a real bad situation.
Yeah. Now, this is a revenge game also for Indy. As you remember, Josh McDaniels turned down the Indy job. Remember, he took the job and then he said, I don't want to coach them anymore. So in a way, in Indy and Irsay are probably looking at this like, we need to get this guy. Vegas, I'm taking Vegas, and Vegas better win this game. If Vegas loses this game, Josh McDaniels is gone as head coach. That's my prediction. But Vegas will win because they have more weapons than Indy. Taylor's hurt. They got no offense, and they got a guy named Saturday that's going to coach on Sunday. So I go with Vegas. Oh, boy. Poor Gil Santos. The Dallas Cowboys, with one of the best defenses in the NFL, are going to take on the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, who looks like one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Gil, I'm just so curious. Who do you got in this game?
Oh man, this is a good game for them to snap out of it. They gotta snap out of something, but be tough with that defense. I know everybody was on Rodgers this week, rightfully so.
Horrible.
Does he bounce back and do a world performance? I don't know. But Mike McCarthy's in the house.
That's right. Looking for revenge.
And the Packers do have Dallas's number. So I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to risk this one and take the Packers.
Jose. I know. I have the same look, Jose. Go.
What's so funny? I'm taking the Packers as well.
Oh, too. My God. You're out of your mind. Oh, my God.
Why am I out of...
All right.
Dallas cannot stop the run. And what do you think?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
What do you think Green Bay is going to be doing? They're going to be running the ball. They're not going to be throwing because all their wide receivers are injured.
Detroit couldn't stop the run either. What happened?
Did they end up throwing? No, they were throwing the ball inside the 5-yard line. That's why he got picked 3 times. Instead of rushing, you have Dylan and you have Aaron Jones. I don't understand why you're not rushing the ball down their throats.
Because they have Aaron Rodgers.
So, and what's your point? If they have, it's not Aaron Rodgers that calls the plays. It's the LaFleur or whatever his name. Okay,
Right.
so he's wants them to throw the ball. Well, you shouldn't be throwing the ball. You should be running the ball. And this week against a pass rush like that, trust me, Aaron Rodgers is not going to keep the ball long in his hand. It's going to be short slant passes to Lazard and stuff like
And
that.
drops, and then more drops and more drops.
We'll see.
Yeah.
You want to make a side bet on this? You want to make a side
Later.
bet? Okay.
Later.
I take Green Bay.
Okay. Dallas is going to win this game. Their rush defense is questionable, but the Green Bay Packers have faced other teams with questionable run defense and have lost to all of them. The Cowboys are coming in off a bye week. They're looking for revenge. Mike McCarthy's going home. Cowboys win this game. The Packers are terrible. They've lost to horrible teams and horrible quarterbacks all year long. They're going to lose this game. I got the Cowboys. Arizona, the Cardinals, who I'm sick and tired of, and had enough of their stupid team. They go to take on the Rams, who are just as bad. Gil, good luck. What do you got in this one?
I'm going with the Rams.
Jose?
The Rams, they lost that last drive yesterday. Someone got killed, but the Rams are still defensively with their and Donald and stuff. I think the Rams should win.
Jose?
I agree. I think the Rams are going to win at home. I think they're going to squeak one out.
I got the Rams solely on their defense and the fact that they won in Arizona 20-9 earlier this year. Matthew Stafford is horrible. He is a horrible, horrible quarterback who looks at one guy the whole game, and that's the problem. They have no running game whatsoever.
On the team anyway. Other guy, Allen Robinson dropping.
I know, Jose. I know. They
get out of routes.
That and they have no running game. So but he's still playing horrible. Their offensive line is terrible this year. They lost 3 offensive linemen the first week of the season. They can't protect Stafford, and he has an elbow problem. He's throwing picks all over the place. But they should still be an Arizona team that, despite getting Hopkins back, can't stop anybody. They can't stop anybody on defense. So I got the Rams at home. To the game of the week, the LA Chargers and the very disappointing Justin Herbert, with no wide receivers, go to take on a rested bye-week San Francisco 49ers team. Good luck, Good luck, Chargers. I got the 49ers. Jose?
No, hands down. The Niners should win this game.
Gil?
Yeah, I agree. Just Herbert has nobody to throw to either. So I think the Niners should win.
And we won't waste too much time on the Monday Nighter. The Washington Commanders go to the Philly to take on the Eagles. The Eagles stay undefeated. Jose?
Yeah, 100%.
Gil?
Yeah, I'll say so too.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close game, though, because Washington's been playing good football games, close games. Their defense can keep them in the game. I just don't think they're offensively opponent to like Philly, but I think it will be a closer game than we think, man.
If Washington can be effective with the run game, which Philly has shown a weakness with the run defense, then maybe it'll be a little closer. It was only 24-8 last time, so the Commanders have a really good pass rush, so maybe it's a little closer. I agree with that, but I still got the Eagles. Okay, so that's our picks for this week, guys. Pretty short week there. Some upsets. And some favorites here. This should be a good mixture of a week here. We'll get you Mal Ferris picks afterwards, although we can't show them to you. But we all know that he'll make his picks on time, and then he'll get to pick. Otherwise, you'll go 0-13 or whatever how many games there are. But coming up after this, we have what's bothering us, and we have some coverage on some stuff we talked about last week. I'm sure there's a lot on Jose's mind. We'll see what's on Gil's mind after he had a nice, easy week in the net. And, go over a bunch of stuff. I can already see Jose smiling. But until our next show, I'm the Mouth of North Andrew Reese. That's Gil Santos, and that's Jose Carlos Gomes. We will see you on What's Bothering Us coming up next on the Reese Report.